Today, I'm going to open up the greenhouse and so I got to be a little careful going up here. Put the heater on and see what it's going to be like working here in the winter. I don't think I'll take the blocks off. Maybe I will, but whew, windy. Well, it's not windy in here. Yesterday and, well, into the night, we had freezing rain. That turned to snow, and this is what it looks like afterwards. It got a little bit of bulging, which we've seen on the other shelter too. It really doesn't make much of a difference on these shelters. You don't really need to get in and knock it off or anything. When it gets to a certain point, it'll just fall off anyways. But what I have found is that the condensation seems to form mostly where there's snow. But that could be a coincidence because the snow is falling on the top of this, and that's where the heat rises to. So could be just a coincidence. But either way, I'm going to knock the snow off of this thing, turn the heater on, and warm it up in here. Then I'll come back out and it clears off pretty good. Then I'm going to come back out and towel down the inside here, and I just want to get a idea how it's going to be working out here in the winter. But my impression so far is that my fix really worked pretty good. There's no snow that came inside here except for where I just walked. And there's no wind in here, right? It's 15-mile-an-hour winds right now. There was 30-mile-an-hour winds overnight, and all looks well in here. So I'm going to get this snow off the roof, plug this thing in, and then I will come back out here and towel it down once it starts condensing, and see what it's like in here. I should go get a thermostat as well, just to see what kind of temperatures I can expect. It is exactly 32 degrees outside. With the wind chill, it's more than that, but there is no wind chill in here, so it's right at the point of freezing in here. So we'll see what the heater does. All right, let me get this snow off. I'll turn the heater on, and then I'm going to go and shovel out our vehicles and knock the snow off of them so that we can get out of here in the morning. And then I'll come back, towel this down, and see what it's like. Hopefully I can find a thermometer that's not in use, but I can just borrow one, I guess. All right, let's get this done. What are you doing, kitty? It's snow. Yeah, I know you know. So, that will do it. It was in the mid-60s when I shut the heater off, and it's now 58. It cools down pretty quick, but still really nice in here with a jacket on. Yeah, I could work for hours out here, just like in the shed. I had thought that all of the rain would have gotten it super wet down here. There's a hill right outside here. And I thought there was going to be some water coming down and going under it. The other shelter, which was right out there, used to, in the winter, you would get the snow on the sides like this, and then water would come in from this side and be dammed up on that, and we would end up with like 3 inches of ice in here. But I think it's far enough away from the hill, or the water wants to move over there more. But I don't see any water that came in here. And it's way less humid, way less water on the ceiling than the last time. When I first lit this up 2 days ago, it was really wet in here. So maybe toweling it off every time will eventually get most of the moisture out. You know, the only place it can come from is, well, it can come from the air and from the ground, but there is much less condensation than there was last time. Last time it was raining in here, and this time it was damp. This will go back into the house, and this will give me dual units. It'll give me the inside, the house temperature, and the temperature and humidity out here. I used this last year in Sawhorse Greenhouse. So hopefully this will work through this. This is pretty translucent, so hopefully it'll work through this. Oh, and I was another reason, and I'm sure you noticed that on the video, another reason to get the snow off of these things is that it creates shade, and it's right on the top where it could really use some sun. So now when we do get sun, which I think in a day or two we'll get sun, that will heat this up a bit again, and it looks like this is going to work. Now I got, oh geez, I think there's 30 some odd boards that I need to get, all 2x4s, stack them up high on these sawhorses, and then I'll bring the saw over as needed and cut them up. I'm going to make one greenhouse bench, and the rest of the lumber is for working in the house. I got to make a couple walls in the house and put in 2 mini splits and a sub panel and a bunch of other stuff, and I'll show that as well. So far, so good. The wall fix is working fantastic. There's almost no air coming into here, except for around these corners, and I think I'll just leave them alone. Nothing came in them, and that'll allow a little bit of fresh air to get in here when I'm running the heater. So I think I'm done setting up the greenhouse. Now I can use it to work this winter, and in the spring I'll be using it to start the prairie grasses and wildflowers for both the front gardens, and some of it will be for the oak savanna restoration, but for the most part I will be planting by seed back there, or just seeding it, not starting out with little plugs. I have to do the plugs along the front because I'm going to spray pre-emergent over there. Well, that'll do it for today. If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And if you want to receive notices when we post new videos, click on the update icon. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.